don't think I've ever told this story on a podcast or anything, but my friends know it. And when I was in elementary school, like I was like a funny kid. You know what I'm saying?
I would hope so.
You know what I mean? Like, I was a funny kid, and like I thought it was really sick to get these like T-shirts with like sayings on them. I don't know if you remember this, but like
Big Johnson T-shirts.
Not the maybe, but I don't remember the brand.
Yeah.
But my mom would take me to like Marshalls or like Kohl's, and they would have these shirts. I remember I used to have this shirt that said that said I thought I had a handle on things, but then the handle broke. And I remember being like 10 and being like, this is going crazy. This shit really special, bro.
You're not here with
this shit. I got a real silly spirit on my T-shirts, and y'all not really doing that. And I remember I got to middle school, and I was wearing those types of shirts with little funny sayings, and niggas was flaming me.
No
crazy.
way.
They was not letting me make it at all. They was really like, hey man, that sucks. You need to change. And I was like, bet.
What's good, everyone? Welcome back to My First Kicks. This is episode 253. I think it is. 263.
Shit. Okay.
Yes, right?
You've been in the mix.
I don't know why I messed up this week's episode number, which is 264. But since we're here, I'm jumping in to remind y'all to like, subscribe, and of course, leave a comment if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you're listening to this on Apple and Spotify, leave a comment, leave a review. 5 stars. It really goes a long way. And if you write a review in Apple Podcasts, I will read it at the end of an episode. Still waiting on some more new reviews so I can read them at the end. And of course, if you want to go the extra mile, please do not forget to sign up for the Patreon at patreon.com/myfirstkicks. I only have one tier, $5 tier. You get 2 Patreon special episodes with Joe and AD Sneaks. Gonna be putting the walkthrough from the Jinx episode where we walk through the entire Nike installation. That's gonna be living on the Patreon. So please make sure you sign up for the Patreon, patreon.com. So let's jump back right into the episode with Devon Walker.
Been in the mix.
Yeah.
Yo.
And this week, my bad. And this week, I bring to you another special guest. Welcome to the podcast, Devon Walker, man.
What's up, man?
Yo.
Thank you for having me.
Nah, man. Thank you for pulling up,
For sure.
But been loving that you're doing, I missed your show, which I'm tight.
It's
I'm
all
tight,
good, bro. I'll be back.
I know. I mean, I hope so. Because you're like, never doing a New York show ever again.
No, I'll be back. I feel like I've been just running around so much that when I'm in the city, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because so much of my work is like, I'm flying here, I'm flying there, I'm going on a tour here. So like, sometimes I'll just be trying to like chill, but I'll do another one. I got you.
Yeah. So shoot me a text, but I'm pull up
for sure.
But man, really appreciate you pulling up. Just to even jump in and plug your stuff about My Favorite Lyrics, like your new your podcast.
Yeah, for sure. It's called My Favorite Lyrics. We just talk about music lyrics. It started because I love like silly rap lyrics.
Yeah, same.
It started because like when I was like coming up in my like early 20s, was like Big Sean and like 2 Chainz was saying like the silliest shit imaginable.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, like I wanted to start a podcast. I was like, what's something that I could talk about forever?
Yeah.
And it's silly ass music lyrics.
That's always the key. If you ever want to start a podcast, that's the key. Pick something that you can talk about endlessly.
Yes. Something you never gonna get tired of.
Yeah.
And I picked music lyrics, and I'm not gonna hold you. I legitimately do think we have a list of guests that no other podcast has ever had. We really have. Obviously, it's like a bunch of comedians.
Yeah.
We had a Cash Cobain. We just had him on there. He was
got
mad.
Slizzy on there.
You feel me? He was mad cool because he kept like throughout the podcast, he was like being like real kind of like laid back, like very rappery at the beginning. But like throughout the podcast, the one like through line was he was like, bro, these niggas don't get bitches like me.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, bro, talk your shit.
I got a couple guests for you that I could definitely. One, you got to have Bruiser Wolf on there.
Oh, I would love to. We follow each other on Instagram now.
I got you.
I would love. Have you had him on here?
Nah, he's gonna come. He's gonna pull up on here too.
Bro, yes, I gotta get Bruiser Wolf.
Yeah.
He's got some of the funniest shit.
Some of the greatest lyrics.
That's some Detroit shit. Like all the Detroit guys are like mad funny. I forget if it was a Detroit guy or if it was Lil Yachty when he did his Detroit like he did like a Michigan rap album
Mhm.
called like Michigan Boy Boat.
Yeah.
And he had a bar on there where he was like, I don't let my bitch drink it all in case I need a kidney. And I think about it all the time. Like that's the type of shit that like made me want to talk about this on the podcast, because this shit really, it's so funny. But,
I mean, look, just because I've been listening to it, I do have like a set of lyrics ready.
Okay.
Whenever you need to,
bro, we ready.
Need me on there.
We ready to talk, bro.
Because I got some crazy ass lyrics.
I
I've been
believe
like,
it, bro.
Yeah, but you know, you talked about a through line, and let's use my through line for this podcast. My question, which I ask everybody each week, and that question is, what's your first kicks? What's that first pair of sneakers you absolutely needed to have?
So the first pair of sneakers that I really remember were because I was young, so I was probably like, I must have been, this was like late 90s, so I must have been like probably 7, 8 years old, and I got just like a pair of sneakers that I liked. We were at like, I forget what it was called, but it might have been like Foot Action or like Foot. It was some type of store that was I'm from Texas. I'm from Austin.
Yeah, I was just about to ask that.
I'm from Austin, Texas.
So then it's definitely like either the southern foot stores are always like a Foot Action.
Yeah.
Maybe you had a Finish Line down there.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All I remember is like, again, I was really little. All I remember is they had a basketball court in the sneaker spot.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you could like, if you wanted
Athlete's foot, maybe.
Yeah. I forget. It does not exist anymore.
Yeah.
It was not around by the time I was like a teenager. Like it was already out by then. But I need to look it up.
It's probably at Athlete's Foot because they all went down, like they all closed.
Yeah,
and there's like only one in Atlanta now.
And does it has a basketball gym in it?
I mean, a lot of these currently have basketball gyms. I think Better Generation now in Texas, which is PJ Tucker's.
That's
store.
his spot. Yeah,
I think it has a sneaker. It has a basketball court in it too.
Respect.
So
I didn't know that was even still going on.
Yeah, man. Like if you go to Detroit. What's the name of the store? I went to Detroit recently for Black Footwear Forum.
Yeah.
And we did a pre-meetup, and the store was social status.
Okay.
And it's like one of the stores that are part of the Ama Manir family. I don't know if you know Ama Manir.
I don't.
All right. You should definitely hit up Ama Manir.
Okay.
You would love it. But like
I don't even know how to spell what you just said. I'm really not clear on that. I'm not going to hold you. I just let you say it a couple of times. Yeah. And in my brain, I was like, all right, this next time he says it, all right, I'm gonna know what the letters are in the word. I'm really not clear on what it even is. So I'm going to have to see it phonetically.
I got you. I'll write it out for you.
Yeah, please do. But I'll go. Yeah, whatever it is, I'll participate.
But they had a basketball court, but it's like a half court.
Yes, that's what it was in this one. And so there was a half basketball court. And that was also a time where like, I mean, I don't know what your relationship is with it now, but I feel like presently most hoop shoes are not also casual shoes.
Yeah.
And like I feel like starting with Jordans in the 80s and 90s, like shoes that you would wear on the court would be the same ones that you would put on with jeans. Now all the hoop sneakers are so like athletic looking.
Yeah.
You really, I mean, some dudes do it and they pull it off, but like speaking of bringing it back to lyrics, there's a Dom Kennedy lyric that I always think about all the time where he says, "Don't wear LeBrons to the club. Shit's ugly."
Yeah.
And I was like, I remember hearing that and be like, yeah, because like niggas do be putting on like an on-court sneaker with like some jeans, like you doing some shit. And it's like, no, you gotta take those to the hardwood. But in the 90s, it was different. In the 90s, like
you could get away with it.
They were more built to like do both.
Right.
And now I feel like just the styles like mostly don't compete. Like they don't compute. The only guy that I really have seen that like really can do like modern hoop shoes and make it look normal is Wale.
Yeah.
That's exactly that's literally exactly what I was thinking about.
He's going viral right now.
Oh, what's he got going on?
No, because somebody reposted it and said, you shouldn't be dressing like this as a 40-year-old. I don't know if you've seen that.
I didn't see that, but you know that makes people are always saying shit like this.
Yeah.
I will say I think this just in general about rappers. I think in every way possible, I think oftentimes we're trying to apply our normal people lifestyle perspectives onto niggas that don't live normal at all.
Exactly.
Like Wale's not like you're 40 and Wale's 40. That's a completely, you have no idea the type of shit that he's been around. You know what I mean? Like he's been in places that like we can't fathom.
Exactly.
So it's like he's not, I always think that's silly. I always think that's silly. I think about like
I reposted it and I go, you watch one Kevin Samuels video and you think you know it.
That's what I'm saying. You think it's like, it's like most 40-year-olds should be wearing a hard bottom shoe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get you some loafers, get you some.
But like if you're not selling car insurance, or you're not like, if you're not don't have like if you're not like a CEO of a company or something like that, even though probably Wale owns stuff.
He probably owns something.
But like I don't know. I think the whole, because like I work in corporate America, so like my business casual, I'd be bugging out. This is what I wear to work, because
now in like startups and stuff like that, like
this is a big company.
Oh, gotcha.
I just be
in there bugging out, and I respect that.
But I just think like if you're, but look, I'm not the president of the company. If I did, then I'd be like, all right, you
gotta put a suit on.
Yeah, I would put the suit on.
Yeah.
But I just think that like, Wale's a rapper. Why would he need to be? Why he's not? Who's the dude that did Classic Man?
Jadena.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet Jadena was a nice guy, but yes, he's got a whole like Jadena, like exactly, like he got a whole. He wearing a lot of vests. He got a lot of vests with
like, he had the thing, the chain that connected to the pocket.
He got the pocket watch on. Exactly. Wale, that's not his message. Or YG. YG's a big hard bottoms fan. He be putting on the loafers with the White Sox. That's like a big. I think he had a song or an album called Hard Bottoms White Sox. I forget. Anyway,
but what was the shoe?
My shoe. And I had to look it up to make sure it was the right one. It was Penny Hardaway's second shoe.
Hey, yeah, we need those back.
The Air Max Penny 2.
Yeah,
because I knew they were pennies, but they weren't the foams. Foams have never. That's not my journey. That's not. I know that's like some real East Coast shit.
It is.
Niggas was not really doing foams in Texas.
I feel like a foam and a Texas Heat.
It just don't really go together. In the same way, like I had Timbs when I was in 8th grade, and like I was the only kid who had those because for what? Ain't no ice here. Ain't no there's not a single. There's barely even water on the ground. Like it don't get cold. But
that was hip hop, man.
Yeah, that's real. That's very.
He was in
real.
there like, I gotta be like Wu-Tang.
Yeah, it was very like, it was definitely that. It was definitely like I was like trying to jock some East Coast shit that like did not belong to me at all. And this was like during the Air Force Ones phase when everybody had forces on. I had some forces too, but I like to. You know what I'm saying? Everybody when you were a kid, you always trying to find a way to be like a little bit different.
Yeah,
especially like black and brown kids always be like, oh, y'all doing that, but like I'm over here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, we need a shirt that says I'm over here.
I'm over here with it. Yeah, I feel like you're from here.
Yeah, I'm from here.
Oh, then I mean, like New York niggas is like they're always really. I mean, this is where it all starts. So like New York niggas is always trying to be like
even now with like. I don't even like buying all the stuff that everybody. If you look, this is how I am, and I'll tell you what I used to do. Right, if a shoe comes out and I know like everybody's gonna rock it. Like for example, there's a Jordan. It's called a Jordan 1. It's called a Top 3.
Okay,
right. So what they did is the first 3 Jordans that came out, they smashed it into one shoe.
The Fusions.
No. It's just the colors.
It's just the color. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think I know which ones you're talking about.
There's like blue, red, black, and then you like
I've seen these.
I knew everybody's gonna burn through their pairs, right? So I just waited a whole year until I broke those out.
I respect that. I think sometimes with certain sneakers when they're really hyped, I feel like it like takes the fun away from like. And we've talked about this a little bit off mic. It's like I really do like sneakers, but like I'm not like. On the website, on the forum, be like, oh, these are about to come out. I legitimately will just like every now and again, like I'll see somewhere and I'll just be like, oh, it's like, I don't know. It's so much just based off of aesthetic. It's so little based off of like a hype thing.
Yeah.
Every now and again, like a hype sneaker. I bought these like Supreme Nike joints. They're these the Darwins.
Oh yeah, I wanted those bad. The baby blue one was like my favorite.
I got the baby blue ones and the black ones.
What size are you?
I'm a 12. You're like, we might be able to figure something out.
Nah, my foot's. I'm a 13. I can't get in.
We can't figure it out. But like, I feel like I do it kind of like the same way I am with watches. Like, I don't need it to be like the watch of the moment or the most expensive shit. I really just do feel like, oh, like that's pretty.
Yeah,
I'm a cop those. Like, or stuff that like I always wanted when I was a kid. Like I feel like that's what so many of us are doing. Like, go ahead.
No. Yeah, I think that's where we need to get back to because like you know, I preach about this all the time on here. The individuality has gone away, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, either that, and then recently we were talking about this too, where you either go super far left with it, or you are like kind of copying whatever's going on, or you're like, I just want to be myself. And I think that we need more people that are like, I just want to be myself. But with everybody getting into get ready with me's and all this stuff, it kind of like mushes everything together.
And that's, I mean, we were talking about this before. I feel like that like goes into like regionality, right? Like regionality, like obviously I do a music podcast and I think about like, oh, like if you were like a kid in Texas in 2008, you were listening to different shit than like a kid. Like we didn't get Max B.
No,
like he just didn't make it down to us. So I found out about him like after he got locked up, like later on down the line, because it was like that was like some East Coast shit. And now, for better or worse, like it does feel all meshed together. And I think with sneakers, because you can see what's going on in China. You can see what's going on in Paris. And so you can just be like, all right. And so much of what is happening right now feels like it's based on like, all right, I gotta get on trend. So many people are like, oh, like I've been seeing the burrito trend. And so like, all right, now
the burrito trend.
The smash burger trend is taking over everywhere. So then that becomes like what everybody's like chasing, which
Man,
I guess
now you got me down a rabbit hole of just like, the soon as something gets hot with food, it just goes, you just see everybody starting to pop up. You just see like 8 of them pop up. When Chipotle was going crazy, we didn't have the Qdoba. We didn't have any of these spots. And then all of a sudden now we got Dos Toros, Chipotle.
It's everywhere.
Like that. So I usually, I hate this because I've been telling a lot of these food influencers to stay out of my area because they start coming to, I live in Queens. So like they starting to go to Roosevelt.
Well, that's where all the best food is.
I know, but now we're getting lines of spots that I was like the only one sitting in.
Brother, I could write an essay about this. I think the internet and TikTok is like bad for us in like a myriad of ways that have been like reported and studied. But like the fact that like now there's been certain spots that I will not name that are like some of my favorite places to go eat that have like got a TikTok on them because other people are like, this is the best thing. And that TikTok gets like 1 million something views. And now I gotta text them. Now I gotta get somebody's phone number to go to the spot that I used to just be able to drop in all the time. That shit, it makes me so fucking mad. Stop doing it. We gotta gatekeep. Yes. I really do feel like
bring back gatekeeping.
Bring back gatekeeping, bro. We need to keep secrets. There's shit that like everything don't gotta be for everybody all the time, bro. Keep some shit to yourself. I'll tell y'all very much. I did a deal with Hypebeast, and part of it was like they were like, we want to do a hype map. Name some of your favorite things all around the city, and I put some of them on there. I put my homie Sam's restaurant on there because that's the homie. He was just opening it up, but I didn't put a lot of my real shit on there. Y'all niggas don't need to know where I hang out. Find your own shit. I feel very much like that shit. Remember the guy that like DM that got that like went around where homie was like, oh, this food looks good. Like, where'd you get it from?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember? Yeah. And it was like, nah, bro. Like, you niggas like you were kind of strange to me, bro. Like, why you need to know where I'm at? Like, this spot very personal to me. So so that's for me. Yeah. And I feel that way about a lot of shit.
That's definitely it's so funny. I was with my boys and I'm wearing this I'm wearing a Jet Grind Radio shirt. I don't know if you ever fuck with Jet Grind Radio.
I loved it. I love Jet Grind Radio.
So I bought this shirt. It's on my IG, and people, whenever I rock it, people are like, "Yo, where'd you get that from?" And I just be like, that's it.
I got it where I got it.
I got it.
I got it and you don't. It's very much like when you was a kid and you got some new sneakers and somebody be like, oh, what size is you? You'd be like, I'm my size.
Yeah, my size.
I'm the size that I need to be for the sneakers that I got. And that's all you need to know for the time being. Don't worry about that because this doesn't apply to you. This is my own situation.
Man, so growing up in, you said San Antonio? No. Austin, my bad.
No, you're good.
So like, did you have like sneaker culture or like what did like, because like I've always been curious about that area and sneakers because like I've had like Professor Schooler on here. We talked about like vintage sneakers because he's big in Dallas with that, and I mean he's a Cowboys fan.
Yikes. My dad's from PA, so he raised me to be an Eagles fan.
Oh, I mean, I'm a Giants fan.
Ooh, sorry about that.
Yeah. We're just going,
yikes.
Yeah.
I actually got no ill will towards the Giants because I feel like they just be doing bad so often.
I know, yeah.
And I feel like Giants fans have been humbled.
Yeah.
Like if you're a Cowboys fans, like I'm an Eagles fan who grew up in Texas, so it's like Cowboys fans think they're going to win the championship every year.
Every single. Like, Dak got it. We're going to be going good. No.
Despite the fact that they have not won a champion, they've won like 2 playoff games since like 1996.
Yeah.
And they're always like, no, we got it together. Da, da. Giants fans have been humbled so often and so much that I feel like they don't really be puffing their chest out too much. And I respect that about them. Giants fans are like, we're just doing our best.
the two chips I watched, I remember starting off the year like, oh, here we go again. Like it was like I don't know where we're going. Then they limp into the playoffs and they
won it both times.
Yeah,
but I feel like that probably makes you appreciate a championship even more.
Yeah.
When you're like, oh yeah, I had no like. There's most of the times when your team starts out on top, and the Eagles have been really good for like the last like half decade or so. I mean, honestly, they've been good most of my life.
I mean, I was a big because like I used to play Madden semi-professionally.
Yeah,
and so I used to be really nice, but no, I don't want to play you.
I like that he's laughing in the back. I like that because I know y'all have talked about this. I know it's like
I don't think he knows. I don't think Connor knows.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't heard it before, but this is I used to be nice. Just it leaves a lot of room for interpretation.
The game changed, man. The game changed crazy.
I believe it.
But like I used to be like, I'll throw on the Eagles a little bit, play a little Donovan McNabb with T.O. Throw, just because that team was just
crazy.
Stacked. Yeah.
We only had T.O. for 1 year, but it was a beautiful year.
Mm-hmm.
It was a beautiful year. But I mean, Texas sneaker culture, I mean, again, it's like my parents were not into the sneaker shit. You know what I'm saying? I came from very much like, certain kids, like they're asking for sneakers all the time. Like I wasn't that type of kid. I like kind of similar to now. It's like I like clothes and I like care about what they look like, but like that wasn't the thing that I was like, Mom, Dad, like you gotta, like please, I gotta
be fly.
I gotta get like I would get my folks would give me like 1 pair of sneakers at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And then they would get me maybe one for my birthday or Christmas if I like really wanted it. But that was like I got way more into like throwback jerseys. That was like actually my shit. Like
Mitchell and Ness crazy. You got a collection?
I don't got that many of them left now. The only ones I got left still are like I got the Mike Bibby Arizona jersey. I got that one. Shout out to our biracial king. I don't even know if he's biracial. He's just like the whitest black guy.
He's definitely. I don't know.
He's so white colored, but when you hear him and Jason Kidd both.
Yeah.
When you hear them talk, you're like, well, that's a nigga clearly. He has not very few nigga features, but like that's a nigga voice. I've heard a nigga voice in my life, and that is what it sounds like. But I have that. I still have that. I have the Michael Vick Virginia Tech, which I got like in like probably like the same year that he was on the Madden cover.
Yeah,
I got the Michael Vick Virginia Tech jersey. That was like a holy grail to me.
Yeah,
that was like so.
You gotta get the Michael Vick shoes, like the.
I never had them.
You got to get those.
I never had the cleats.
Yeah. No. He released
the sneakers.
Yeah, the sneakers.
No, I never had them. See, but like I said, I wasn't sneaker focused.
I know.
I'm just
saying you should.
Yeah, you're right. Now I can't. I mean, I bought the Dennis Rodman joints. Probably like 2 years ago. The
Indestructs.
The Indestructs. I bought those, and they still do look really clean, but it is a very difficult sneaker to like put with stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I like. I always wanted them and they were way too pricey. And then I was working on SNL. And when I was at SNL, I was kind of buying shit constantly to divert from my depression. Like I was like so not having fun there that I was like, I remember my homie Gary was just like, bro, he was like, I spend like $300 once a week to feel alive.
Yeah.
And I was basically doing that. And
every day or
like, no, but I was basically like, not every single day, but I was just keeping a steady flow of shit coming into the office. Like I would say probably 40% of the sneakers that I own right now, I got while I was at the show just because I was like, okay, like I needed like a little present for myself to like brighten my day.
Yeah, yeah.
And I bought the Indestructs because
I'll just go say we've all been there.
You feel me?
Yeah. I've always said this, and I've said this 1,000 times. A lot of people that have massive collections and continuously buy is to fill a void.
Of course.
And it's like that retail therapy
absolutely
is like you're just like, now I get this little burst of dopamine.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's the most expensive thing you can do.
Yeah.
It's instead of just like,
you should do push-ups.
Yeah.
That's what you should do.
Go to the gym.
Exercise. Start doing pull-ups. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Figure out how to do a triangle push-up.
Or go to a therapist.
Or, but sometimes that's not enough.
I know.
Sometimes the therapist is not enough.
No,
and you gotta, and so I was making a lot of purchases and I got the Indestructs and then I started trying to wear them out casually.
Yeah.
I started like putting them with like jeans and shit and I was like, this don't really work. And so now it's I got a couple pairs that are just like, they're like shoes that I wear like on the way to do something athletic.
Yeah.
Like if I'm like on the way to hoop, I could put on the Indestructs and they make sense in that context.
Right, yeah.
With
Transition.
with some shorts.
Right.
And then I'll put the real hoop shoes
Yeah.
on. I have like those and the, what are the other ones? I have some up-tempos that are like that. These up-tempos, it was a collab with, oh man, I'm going to forget. I want to say it's Undercover. No.
Undefeated.
Yeah, maybe it's Undefeated. They're purple and green.
Purple and green.
Do you know what I'm talking about? They're actually, hold on.
Up tempos. Big. I mean, up tempos got the big air on the side.
They're really big.
Dude, it could be Supreme. I know that was like.
It wasn't Supreme.
Because I don't think there isn't a Undercover.
Who did these? Ambush.
Yes. Which one did you get? The purple and
yes.
Yeah.
I have these ones.
Those are hot.
I have these.
I don't know why I said hot. Those are fire.
That was a different type of voice. I think it's because they're the purple joints. You were like, you turned into Paris Hilton for a second.
Those are hot.
Hot. Yo,
no, I was watching.
You sounded like Cat.
Yeah.
You put on your Karl Anthony Towns voice.
Oh my god. Like that. Yeah.
And after all that, that's a good Cat impression.
I watched that video way too many times.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I said the reason why I'm gonna just let me reference this because I've been watching this one video on repeat that I've found on IG, and this guy's like doing a creative wrestler on WWE 2K, and he's like there's a pose because he's like going through poses, and there's like one pose and it's like this. He's like. Yeah, and he's like I think it's clock it.
Incredible.
And so that I don't know why I said hot, but I think that's part of it, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Sure.
But you were talking about clothes, and during your episode with Mandel, you talked about you had a rare denim phase, or like you was getting into like denim.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So like, how did you find, and did you get real deep into it?
What did I say?
You were like you were really into denim, like Japanese denim.
Oh, I think I was really on the blogs and like really aware of it. I do not have a Japanese denim collection.
No, yeah.
Yeah. But like there was a time where like
they went hand in hand during the 2010s.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I was there was definitely a phase where I was like very aware of a bunch of Japanese denim, but I couldn't cop it. And now I can cop it and I still don't have it.
You should get one.
Don't see, but now you're about to get me in trouble because I can't have a new clothing interest. Because once I get a new clothing interest,
no, but they take years. Just buy one.
Sure, buy one pair, put them in the freezer.
Or the oven,
those are like whatever. Do.
Those are all myths apparently.
Oh, that shit's not real.
No, outside of did Carmi put his jeans, the vintage jeans. I don't know. Did you watch The Bear?
I did.
Yeah. So I don't know why he put them in the oven, but I think it started to take life after that.
Interesting.
But
I think that's just a storage thing.
Yeah, I think it was. Like he wanted out of sight, out of mind.
I think that's just like, I live in like a tiny little apartment.
Yeah.
But also, wait, to go back to my first kick story.
Yeah.
To go back to my first kick story, it was the second version of the pennies. It was the Air Max Penny 2s.
I can't believe I totally forgot we didn't finish it.
No, I was like, I got to tell this story here. If not here, where?
Yeah.
And I went to whatever. If anybody's like from the Austin area and y'all like remember this foot store, please, the shoe store,
please comment,
DM, whatever, because I am curious about what this was. I was so little, but I remember I didn't really care about sneakers at that time. Like that was before I was even into clothes, like on any sort of level. And so I literally just picked some. Like I just picked some that I was just like, oh, those are fly. Or like not even those are. I'm a little kid. I was just like, oh, those ones.
Yeah.
Like let me get those. They were like, these are your shoes for the year, because that's what my parents were on, like one new pair for the year. And I got those, and it was the first time in my life I remember going to the barbershop and like other niggas at the barbershop were like, oh shit, like look what he got on.
Yeah.
Like, look, oh, like, okay, I see you, little man.
Yeah.
Like, you got those on. And I was feeling myself so crazy because I was never getting like compliments or accolades from like grown-ups.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so like it felt so beautiful. It was the first time I really thought about what was on my feet at all, like up to that point. Outside, because that was my first sneaker that I feel like wasn't like a Velcro light up joint.
You know, like you was wearing grown man shoes.
Yeah, I had like sneakers on that like a grown man at the barbershop of all places, which like when I was a little kid, the barbershop was scary to me.
Yeah.
Cause I never knew what to say. I felt like also like they don't want a little kid talking in the barbershop. They trying to talk about grown people stuff.
Yeah.
And I would try to like come in. All my friends thought I was funny. So I try to come in and say something and they'd be like, my man, like little man.
That's not for you.
It's not for you. Like, and so like, yeah, but I remember like, I'll never forget like, and it happened a few times. It happened at the barbershop and just like out, like people would be like, oh, like I see you, like you got that shit on. That's, people didn't talk like that in the 90s, but like that was like the sentiment.
Yeah.
And that was the first time that I ever really thought about my shoes. And then I kind of went back to not caring for a while or just picking like random shit. But I feel like that's a feeling that I like held on to.
Yeah.
And I still have it. I'll never forget what it felt like the first time people were like, I like that shit on your feet.
Have you ever tried to recreate it? Like, when's the last time you felt like that beyond that day?
Oh man. I mean, now again, it's like, now I got grown up taste.
I know, that's what I'm
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like now I can like now I can
You're
get
over
that.
here in the Givenchy.
Yeah, I could get that feeling more often now. Like, I mean, you know, I own multiple suits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like
you and Jadana.
Yeah, me and Jadana with the pocket watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to remember. I mean,
like, is there somebody that came? I mean, obviously you've been around a lot of celebrities.
Yeah.
And nobody's ever been like,
interesting. Probably Questlove complimented me on a sweater I have. I'm really into knits. That was the thing. I got really into buying like all mad types of sweaters.
Yeah.
And I had this one, I forget who it was from, but yeah, I had this one sweater. I remember Questlove being like, yo, that shit's hard. And it still feels good. It still feels.
Questlove saying that. I'm like,
he did. He did. And I appreciate you. Yeah, I remember that. And that's just still feels nice. Honestly, if I'm being honest, like I didn't care about clothes that much until I got to middle school.
Yeah.
I got to middle school. I don't think I've ever told this story on a podcast or anything, but my friends know it. And when I was in elementary school, like I was like a funny kid. You know what I'm saying?
I would hope so.
You know what I mean? Like, I was a funny kid, and like I thought it was really sick to get these like T-shirts with like sayings on them. I don't know if you remember this, but like
Big Johnson T-shirts.
Not maybe, but I don't remember the brand.
Yeah.
But my mom would take me to like Marshalls or like Kohl's, and they would have these shirts. I remember I used to have this shirt that said I thought I had a handle on things, but then the handle broke. And I remember being like 10 and being like, this is going crazy. This shit really special, bro.
You're not here with
this shit. I got a real silly spirit on my T-shirts, and y'all not really doing that. And I remember I got to middle school and I was wearing those types of shirts with little funny sayings, and niggas was flaming me.
No
crazy.
Way.
They was not letting me make it at all. They was really like, hey man, that sucks. You need to change. And I was like, bet. And so like legitimately, like I really did. This is why bullying works, because I really did get bullied to a level where I was like, oh, y'all can make fun of me about my personality because I can't really change that, but I can change my outfits. And yeah, that's when I really started like going in. I remember I got some K-Swiss when that was popping.
Okay.
I bought some K-Swiss.
Hey, back.
Are they back now?
Yeah, shout out Anwar, man. I'll show you some stuff.
Oh, the carrots.
Yeah.
Okay, word. I did not know K-Swiss was making an appearance again, but I got the K-Swiss with the reversible tongue.
Hey.
And I started like from that day on, I was like, y'all not gonna get me for my outfits. And I never really got teased for outfits again after that.
Hey.
That was kind of the last
bullying works.
You feel me? Like really, like that was real life bullying, not internet bullying.
No,
that was real life people telling me you need to change. And I said, fair point.
You're like, Mom, I can't go to Marshalls no more.
No, for real. Well, I still would go to Marshalls in middle school though, because Marshalls would have like, I don't know if Marshalls was popping out here like that.
I mean,
but
Like you could get some hidden gems,
Well,
but you spend hours trying to find it though.
That was kind of my thing. Like during the jersey era, when when everybody was really rocking jerseys, throwback and current, you could go get some joints that was like kind of hard, but it was just like an obscure player.
Yeah.
And that was the type of shit I was doing at Marshall. So I had like
Anderson Varejao.
I had a Sharif Abdur-Rahim jersey.
That's what I'm talking about.
I had a Sharif Abdur-Rahim, and you could get the nice joints with the stitching. It just was not, it was never star players.
Yeah.
But back then it didn't even necessarily, you didn't have to have a star player shit. Sometimes it was fly if you had the like off the beaten path guys.
Yeah.
I had like I still got that one. I had a Yao Ming Houston jersey, the like blue one. They're like alternate.
With the rocket.
Yes. Yeah. I had those joints.
You didn't get the one with the Chinese on it.
No, but I would have. That actually probably would have went crazy because like niggas didn't really have that.
Yeah. To be honest, I didn't like that because you know how like during that time they kind of like flared out the jersey a little bit more up here. Yeah. It didn't like before that, like 90s Knicks, like they would be skinnier.
Yeah.
And then during the like the Yao Ming era, they like made it a little bit wider.
Everything was huge.
Yeah.
Everything was huge. That's just what was happening. That was just like
during our time.
Of the time.
Yeah.
I think about this constantly because like Y2K fashion is back, but it's like I wonder if this is how like our parents felt about shit from the 70s when like 70s or 80s fashion would come back. I was like, I remember being around in the early 2000s. That shit was not fly. We did not look cool. And so it's so fascinating to see kids who were like born around that time now be like so into the fashion. And I'm just like, I remember distinctly being like, we gotta fix this. I remember being a kid and wearing a tall tee and wearing like big ass G-Unit jeans and like wrapping a rubber band around the bottom.
You had to.
Or tucking my jeans into my sock.
Yep.
That shit was terrible. That shit was not awesome. We was not doing impressive or cool shit, but that's the type of time I was on.
Look, man, we both from the same era because like I was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I did the tall tees. Yo, summertime, bro.
Of course. You had to get the fresh pack.
Yeah.
And you had to keep the sticker on. Was that popping for y'all?
We don't got that.
Y'all didn't have the sticker? At the Highland Mall. Shout out if y'all from where I'm from, like you'll know at the Highland Mall, which does not exist anymore. You used to get the tall tee, and the tall tee would come with a sticker that said tall tee on it. And you was only really popping if you still had the sticker on. And so like what niggas would do is like they would wear it once or however many times they could while the sticker was still good. And then if they needed to wash it, they would preserve the sticker. They'd pull the sticker off and like save it somewhere like in their room so that after they washed it, they could put the sticker back on. Some niggas would put tape on their sticker so that they could keep their tall T sticker on.
That did not happen here. That did not happen here. That's insane.
Yeah, man.
I can't even. Because like even during the time, even now, like over here, when you buy fitteds, like the people would keep the stickers on the bottom.
Yeah, we had that going on.
And I couldn't.
You couldn't do that?
I did it.
Yeah.
But then like when you finally like it falls off, you just have this like clean circle under.
I know it well. I know it well because I was doing that. They don't even sell the hats with the stickers on them now.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
That one on the front on the top level?
Like it's not on the top anymore.
Now it's just on the bottom?
It's on the bottom.
Got you.
Yeah.
Ours used to be like across the top. And you could keep either the whole big one on there, there's a whole big one, or you could peel it off just so that that one gold sticker was on there. And I would keep my shit on there. I forgot about the gold sticker. I've not thought about that sticker for a good little minute, but I got really into fitteds for a time too.
Yeah?
I had like at least half the teams in the league. Because you had to be able to accessorize.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
had to be able to like, and so like, especially once I was getting my like first little job, I worked at this grocery store called HEB, which again, if you're from Texas,
I only know about that through Danny Brown.
Oh yeah, because he lives in Austin now. Yeah.
Well, everybody lives in Austin now.
Don't even get me started.
That's where comedy lives, man.
Don't even get me started. I could talk about that for hours. But
yeah, I learned about HEB and like.
It's a beautiful place.
It sounds
it's an incredible grocery store.
It sounds like it gives H Mart its money, its run for its money.
Ooh, I mean, it doesn't have. I guess it depends on like which HEB you go to. It probably doesn't have the variety of like cool Asian snacks that you could get at H Mart.
Asian snack, man. And Asian snacks.
They got all types. They got all types of shit. And I'm not Asian. I'm not deep enough into the culture to even know where to start at H Mart. But every now and again, like my, like a Korean homie or something like that will be like, try these chips.
Yeah.
Y'all really got
You know
some
what
shit.
you know what
Y'all
you
really
want.
got some shit. I gotta go to Korea. 'Cause
Yeah.
everything that I ever had from Korea is bussin'.
Yeah.
Every single
It's
thing
crazy.
I've ever had from their chicken is incredible.
Yeah. Their fashion's pretty fire
They
too.
got they're cool fashion. Everybody's like everybody over there seems beautiful.
Yeah.
Every like Korean person I meet is like stunning. Yeah, I gotta.
Yeah, because they spend so much time.
Yeah.
You know, like
I gotta get over. I gotta get to Korea. If y'all got any plugs on how to get me to Seoul,
Yeah.
Seoul. Damn.
That's it. You're
Damn,
banned now. You're
Don't
banned.
let them find out about that one when I go.
Listen, I'm gonna make sure this is a clip, and I'm gonna tag Korea.
Yeah. At Korea.
Yeah.
Don't let this man in.
We'll do a live podcast out there.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll for our huge Korean fan base. You know,
You never know. I'm sure they love sneakers. People they definitely love.
Oh yeah, they're big on fashion.
They definitely
out there.
love black stuff.
They love yes.
They love-
I mean, K-pop.
K-pop, yes. It is so. I mean, I guess this is just the story of being black, but it is so funny to like. It's so funny that literally everybody likes black people stuff, but
Yeah,
nobody likes black
people.
people.
Yeah, everybody's afraid.
You feel me? Like I was in Tokyo and it was literally either like people were like moving away from me on the train,
Yeah.
or it was like people were like in awe of me. Like there was no in between.
There's no in between. for
Nobody
sure.
was being normal.
They would think you're LeBron James, or they think you're, I don't know, what's the
Somebody bad.
Yeah.
They would think I'm
Charleston
LeBron.
White.
Yeah, exactly. They think I'm LeBron James. They think I'm like R. Kelly.
Yeah.
One of those two.
Yeah, that's
Like, you're here to do
Yeah.
you're here to do something awesome or something terrible.
But if you're a white person in Japan,
oh yeah, that's
you-
a whole other.
yeah, you could-
They're just
you
like,
could
they're like, oh, awesome, like an American. Anyway,
But it's crazy because like I love Japan, like
Yeah.
but there's like sections of like Harajuku and stuff
Yeah,
like
of
that where
course.
it's just nothing but black culture. It's just
Yeah.
like, yeah. Or like what I'm still trying to go. I haven't that's like my dream place to go.
Yeah.
Love anime.
yeah,
I was like one day I'm gonna go there. Hasn't happened yet.
it's really. I mean, it's like you're from here, so it's like you're from a big city.
Mhm.
You go to Tokyo. It's got like double as many people in it as New York City. It is
Mhm.
like. It's massive in a way that like I've never seen a city like that before in
Yeah.
my whole life. Like it is so it like goes on and on and on forever. I went by myself.
Mhm.
And so like every night if I wanted to like have a conversation with somebody, I had to just like go to dinner and be like, yeah, so where are you guys from?
Yeah.
And so yeah, I feel like I met a bunch of Americans who had been to Japan like, 5, 6, 7 times.
Mhm.
And they were still like, oh yeah, we still haven't seen like half as much stuff as we want to see.
That's crazy.
Like it's really you need to go out there for as long as possible. As long as you can like make your trip for,
Uh-huh.
make it that long because
I
there's so much to see.
I mean, I want to do all the sneaker stuff out there.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I'm
all
sure
there's
there's so
like
much.
hidden stores out there that just have like old sneakers that they're just like sitting there.
Damn.
I watched this one video. I've mentioned this video a bunch, but there's a video of this writer named Russ Bankston. He used to work at Complex, created the whole sneaker stuff. And he was walking through Japan and he'd go to stores. And so there's no real, like it's interesting because obviously we know like Japan culture is all about like leaving stuff as it is.
Mhm.
So like they don't necessarily make sure the sneakers are in good condition, like in terms of like it's getting airflow, it's being worn and stuff like so they'll have just like a store, and in the store, and he's going through the stores, he's like opening boxes, and inside the box is like a 1998 Jordan, and it just crumbles. It's like just nothing but like shoes, and there's just bunches of boxes, just crumbled sneakers.
Whoa.
And they're selling them for like a
Oh.
ton of money.
Why are people buying old crumbly sneakers?
I don't know. I can't tell you that part, but it's just there. I think the way he explained it in the video was like, it's more of like, instead of preserving it, they like to see how things naturally age. Because I don't know if you saw, I saw this one video where this guy had like mold age tuna in
Okay.
Japan or
Okay.
something like that.
Uh-huh.
And it like had hair on it. It was
Oh.
wild.
No.
And yeah, they're like, I mean, dry age
Yeah.
stuff. That all comes from like, I feel like some of that stuff comes from like Japan, like all that like aging stuff. Outside the
Sure.
cheese. Cheese, I think is like France, I think.
I forget which nation it is. Forgive me. I forget which Asian nation it is, but it might have been, I don't know. It was an Asian nation, and they have a thing called a century egg.
Yes.
You
It's
know what the
yeah.
century egg is? Is that Japanese? I'm gonna
I
find
think
out.
that might be Korean. No.
Century.
But the century egg is is intense.
It is Chinese.
Chinese. There we go.
Century egg, and they gave it to a monkey, and the monkey was like, "Oh shit, an egg!" And then it smelled the egg, and it was like, "Come on, dog." It was like,
nah, you good.
It was like, don't put this kind of stuff in front of me. Dude, be kind to me, if anything. Come on, I didn't do anything to you.
You talked about, your podcast is based about music, but like, how big was like Screw and that like movement with you? Because like I feel like the music you talk about is very not Southern.
Texas?
Yeah.
we don't have enough Texas guests on. We don't have enough people who are like, also Texas is such a big and beautiful state.
Yeah.
But like Texans don't leave that much.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you are like me and you like have a like creative dream that you want to follow, or you really love nature. Like I have a couple homies in like the Pacific Northwest, but like a lot of like, I'm from the Austin area. A lot of people from Texas just moved to another big Texas city. You know what I'm saying? If you're from San Antonio, you go to Dallas. If you're from Dallas, you go to Houston.
Yeah.
From Houston, you go to San Antonio. If you're from like everybody's just kind of like trading around between the cities because there's like 4 real like solid cities to live in, and they're like all fairly affordable. So it's like Texans don't leave. To answer your question about DJ Screw and all that, that was something that like I like didn't realize that like everybody didn't have that until I like got older.
Yeah.
Like the screw of it all is like, it's so intrinsic to like the way that I like learned how to think about music. I feel like that was like coming out of like so many trunks. It was coming out of so many like people's, again, like establishments, barbershops and stuff like that. And there's so much of it. All those guys were making so much music during the 90s that like it was kind of like Wayne and like the aughts where he was just making so much shit.
Shelling out.
You know what I mean? Like
1,000 songs.
Yeah,
bro.
where it's like, and you could always find something that you never heard before. They used to just like sell tapes out the trunk, and they used to just like keep making them, keep selling them, and like eventually that stuff got digitized by the time I was a kid. And so like all that chopped and screwed shit, I feel like it set up my sense for what I like in music. I feel like I talked about this when I had Cash Cobain on, because in Texas, like all the music that's like really Texas is like very chilled out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's made to like drive to. It's made to smoke and drive to. That's like very Texas, and drink lean too, which I never drank lean in my life. I should though.
No, you should. No,
just to know.
That's way too.
Just so I know. But I mean,
hearing how addictive your personality is, definitely not. Hell no.
I will say I don't get addicted to substances. That's the thing that I've learned.
You never know. Maybe it's
maybe that's the one.
Maybe that's the one. It's like your brain's like, all right, we can smoke a little here, we can drink a little here.
Yeah.
But as soon as I touch that lean, baby,
as soon as I get a touch of that syrup,
you're gonna be there like.
I mean, it is very addictive. But like, but like Texas music is so slowed out, and like it's just chill cruising music. And then I moved to New York. I moved to New York in 2018, which was like when Pop Smoke was going crazy.
Right, yeah.
And I was just like, and all the music, like it was so heavy. And I was like, oh, I can't do this. I can't.
Where'd you live? Where'd you move to?
I moved to Brooklyn. I moved to Flatbush. That's the first neighborhood I ever lived in.
Okay, yeah, that's understandable.
It's just like,
because like I was like, if you lived around like where I live at, I'd be like, I barely heard any Pop Smoke.
I was hearing Pop Smoke out of like every car speaker.
Yeah.
That was because that was like really when he was like, yeah. And I could get into it in a certain type of mode. I could be in a Pop Smoke mood, but I was like, oh, why is y'all shit not chill? I need New York. And I get it. Now that I live here, I'm like, I get why New York music is not chill, because it's not a chill place.
It's not.
It's not like
we at war.
You feel me? Like it's a loud, noisy place with like mad shit going on. So like the music could really sound like that. And in Texas, is like shit is spread out, and like especially if you're from like a smaller town, like it's slow. So like none of our shit sounds like gunshots. You know, even in places where there is gunshots, it don't sound like that.
Nah,
it's not generally loud. Like it's not. It's like a quiet, calm.
Just a calm gunshot.
Yeah. You might hear like 2 or 3, and then it goes back to being quiet.
And it's like, there's a homie right down the block. Don't worry about it.
You feel me?
But like the fashion sense back then too, like big. Everybody was rocking. I mean, big jerseys, big chains,
of course,
big pants.
Yeah.
Like How much of that did you get to dabble in? The grills, like did you get to, were you into?
I never had a grill growing up because again, my folks just like weren't fucking with that shit. Like I didn't even.
How do you explain that type of music to your parents?
Oh, the music? Oh,
Yeah.
I couldn't. I don't even know if I ever showed them any like chopped and screwed songs. Like that was just not. I legitimately like I'm gonna call my parents tonight. I'm gonna call like one of my folks and just be like, yo, like mom, dad, like, do you know? Are y'all familiar with? Because they're not from Texas. I grew up in Texas, but like they just landed there because like my dad got a job out there,
right? Yeah.
So it's like my dad's from PA, my mom's from Virginia, and like. And also that shit didn't come along to the 90s. At that point, they're like parents raising a family. So like I doubt it ever even hit them. But in terms of the clothes and shit, I really wanted to dress like Allen Iverson so bad. Like that's like really, I mean, he's just, if you're like around my age, like he was just like, it was Allen Iverson and it was Michael Vick.
Yeah.
Like those were just like
for sure
the ones. Vic wasn't necessarily like a fashion icon, but like
he was swagged out.
Everything
crazy,
about him, everything, his like whole, I played football, his whole like on-field aesthetic was so swagged out.
Yeah.
And he played so fucking cool, like nobody that we'd ever seen before. And
what position did you play?
I played tight end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I didn't play quarterback. I wanted to, but like I wasn't good enough. Also, we ran like I was a pretty decent thrower, but we ran like a running offense, and we just had way faster kids.
Oh, so you're just blocking?
Yeah. We mostly were.
They never dumped it off to you?
They did. I got a couple. They would. Our team, like even by the time I was on varsity, like our team was throwing maybe 7-8 times a game, and mainly like usually it would be like maybe a couple, like 1 or 2 drop offs to the tight end. And then, but like the vast majority of the passes were like, they would throw it like one long pass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just to test it out.
Yeah, just to test it. Because our receivers were pretty good. And so like we would throw just like one deep joint, like, or like maybe like 3 deep joints a game. And we might get one of them. Because our quarterbacks they weren't good at throwing.
They were just hybrid running backs? Is what
basically. Yeah. They were just like running backs who were like more handsome. Like, because there's like a study about quarterbacks, like where like coaches oftentimes will just pick like a handsome kid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like, they're like, people are like built to trust good looking people more. And so like I had a homie, this kid, Chris Mercado. I wonder if he'll ever hear this. But yeah.
Big fan.
Chris. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm like, I wonder, I have no idea. I don't know what podcast he listens to, but like, but yeah, Chris had never played quarterback. He'd only ever played wide receiver. And we were in like 9th grade. He just got to high school and the coaches were like, you want to play quarterback? And he just was like kind of a pretty boy. The coaches were like, you should play quarterback. And he's like, okay. And then he just did for all of high school. Had never played the position before.
This needs to be a sketch.
Yeah. Just like picking the most.
Like somebody who's like real nice with it, but he's like mad ugly.
He's ugly.
Yeah.
I like that. That is really funny. They need to let me do the ESPYs. They need to let me do the ESPYs so I can incorporate this type of stuff.
That'd be dope. I mean, shout out Rob Hayes.
Shout out to Rob. I was listening to your episode with Rob before I came over here.
Oh, that was wild.
Well, because Rob is so like, Rob knows everything that he's interested in. He knows everything
about it. Yeah.
He's like, so he's the opposite of my relationship with sneakers, where he'll be like, yeah, like they had like this Reebok sneaker and this East Bay magazine in like 2002.
Yeah.
And they had the commercial
he's very Rain Man with it.
He doesn't like when I say that, but it legitimately is true. I'm like, Rob, you remember every single thing. He's so tapped into it. So I was like, all right, let me see what he's bringing to see like,
because like even like you'll see my face and I'm looking at him like, how does he know this stuff?
It'll be shit from like 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And he'll like remember it exactly. And he'll remember like an ad that they did and like a commercial that this guy was in and like all these like I heard Rob say he was like Nike loves advertising their athletes when they were wearing Adidas products.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? what a crazy observation to just have like locked away in your mind.
Cause like, even in that episode, until he said it, I didn't put it together. Cause like I've seen that Kobe picture a gajillion times.
Same. Yeah. We all seen that.
And I've never looked at his feet. And I was like, he was like, yeah, he's wearing Adidas's. And I go like literally after that episode, I'm like, let me go look at this. And he's wearing Adidas. And then I go, cause like we're talking about the Air Force that dropped.
Yeah.
And I I'm like, let me look at the insole because the insole has the same picture.
Yeah.
It is just cut off his feet in the insole, and I'm like, that's crazy. You
It's
know all
nuts.
that stuff.
That's impressive. I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated by the like footwear rivalries.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by that. Like, have you ever been to Portland?
Yeah, I went last year.
Do they have? I'm sure they have a big sneaker thing out there.
I was part of this thing called the Gathering.
Okay.
Brought a bunch of people, and I got to meet like the couple designers, the old Nike designers.
Sick.
Like, yeah, I met Tinker Hatfield,
Well,
Eric Avar, a bunch of other people too. Aaron AC Cooper, who's the one that put it together,
well.
and like. I got to go to Nike campus and I got to go to Adidas campus.
Yeah.
So like I got to see the difference. My boy who was with us, he only brought one pair of sneakers with him. And me, I know we're going. He's like, yeah, we're gonna go to the Adidas campus.
You can't.
I brought Adidas sneakers
You
just
have
for
to,
that,
yeah.
right? So yeah, go to Nike campus with Nikes on, and then go to Adidas campus with Adidas's. And he was like, I only have one pair. I only got Nikes with me. So we got in there, and he's like. The person that invited us is like looks down. She's like, "We got to go to the employee store right now. You gotta change this."
That's like I got to go like 2 years ago. I was on tour in Portland, and like shout out my homie Shireen. Shireen like used to work at Nike and plugged us in, and like with some people who like gave us the full tour.
Yeah,
and it was sick. But like the main thing, they were like, yeah, like come, like it'll be a good time. But like I could tell the tone was so different where they were like, make sure you're wearing Nikes when you come here.
Yes.
Like it was such a like,
yeah.
It's such a like, if you are not wearing Nikes, we will make you take off your shoes and we'll have to figure something else out. It's really like, it's like the Jets and the Sharks. It's like the Bloods and the Crips.
Yeah.
And I've learned like that in Portland, there's all this like espionage where it's like, they like send in, they like try to send in spies to like learn about what each other's doing. It's fascinating. There must be a book on this or something.
I don't know if there's a book on it, but they do talk about, there is a book called Sneaker Rivalries, but it's like super old. It's like from the 80s or 70s.
Before the business was anywhere near
we need like a current one.
Yeah.
Because like even if you look, sometimes they'll poach other employees. Like they
put it in their contracts where they're like, yo, like if you leave here, you cannot.
Yeah, they non-compete.
Yeah, you like cannot work for like a competitor company for like X amount of time.
Yeah.
And so they'll have to like, sit out or like go do some other shit.
It's crazy.
I love that they're in the same city.
What did you get to visit in Portland and Beaverton?
What did I get to
like? What'd you get to see? Like,
I mean, all kinds of shit. I saw they had like a LeBron James building. I went to like the Serena Williams building. I got to see all the different like courts and fields. I want to say, was there a pool there? No, I didn't see a pool. But there was like
got the real tour.
Yeah. They like really took me around, and we went to the employee store too. Like they really took us around. It was fly. I got to see if I can find some pictures from it. That'd be dope. That shit was hard.
There's this area. It's called DNA.
Okay.
And you have to get invited to that.
Oh,
so
I don't think I was over there.
I was there. I was there. It's crazy.
Okay.
Take you through, because my boy works there. So like they take you through the history of Nike, and they have the actual pieces.
Oh, was I there? I was definitely in a building where they had shit like that from Michael Jordan.
That's the Jordan building.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's right.
That tracks.
Because like you probably went into the hallway, like the lobby of the Jordan building. Because the Jordan building, they'll have a display of all the stuff. So when we were there, they had all the Jordan 1s, like just like the actual real Jordan 1s, like laid out. And then they have like a wall where it's every single shoe in white. And then there's one where it's like, I don't know what number it is, but it's in color. And then it's like, or it's the actual bread colorway. And no, it's the ones that he won the championship. So he has 6 in color. So it's like, yeah.
Whoa. that shit was tight. Shout out to if you're listening and you work at Nike, bring me back. I'd like to. I thought I got the whole tour. Now I'm realizing there's some things that I didn't see.
You missed out. Yeah.
So let me be involved.
I'll come through.
You know what I'm saying? Also, I really just fuck with Portland heavy. I like it as a city.
It's dope. I mean, I have to look at the time, but I wanted to talk about comedy, pursuing comedy.
Yeah.
Like, how did that feel like? Where'd you start? Like, did you start in Texas?
Yeah, I started in Austin. I was in grad school, and I
see Austin Capital Comedy.
Yes, yeah, Cap City Comedy. Yeah. Oh, Austin. I see what you're saying. I see the club that I started at was called Cap City Comedy Club.
Oh, see, I'm on it now.
Yeah,
I'm on it. See,
but,
Inception.
No. I started comedy in like basically the first time I ever did a mic was 2014.
Mm-hmm.
But the first time I like really started getting into it for real was that next summer, in like summer 2015. I was in Austin, pre-Rogan, pre-Kill Tony. There was none of that there. And it was a nice scene.
Yeah.
That's what I always, and I'll say this forever, for as long as I live. I think there is this perception now that it is like the place to be.
Yeah.
That like now Austin's like a cool place to be, like comedy-wise. It was an incredible scene. I was like, I feel so grateful that I got to start there.
Mm-hmm.
I started with Andrew Dismukes, who's like on SNL still.
Mm-hmm.
Vanessa Gonzalez, who's so funny. Daniel Webb, LaShonda Lester, who's passed, God rest the dead. But yeah, it was such a fun scene. It was such a good place to start. I started this club called Cap City Comedy Club, which I'll say this as like as a local Austinite. I think Cap City Comedy Club kind of tells the story of Austin as a city.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like when I started Cap City Comedy Club 2014, 2015, it was in a strip mall. It was in a strip mall off of Anderson Lane, and it was next to a used car lot and a karate studio, like a karate dojo where like elementary school kids would and divorced guys would go like fight. And
that's fire.
Yeah. And it's always just so funny seeing the clientele because there'll be like a 9-year-old and like a 38-year-old man like with the same belt color on leaving a class, and I was like, it's tough if you're the man.
Imagine you at a belt ceremony, you see the guy not get his, but the kid goes
and they're like, James, you gotta work on your form.
Yeah.
But yeah, it used to be next to the karate dojo and the used car lot. And now that same club it's been bought by by a chain of comedy clubs. And now it's next to like a Tesla factory or like a Tesla dealership and like a Prada store.
Sounds right.
Like that is very much like the story of the city where it's like, there's way more money there, but I don't know how I mean, also this is kind of the story of Austin in general. I guess there's a version of this in New York too, where like people in New York is always be like, oh man, you wasn't there like there when this was going on and when that was going on.
Yeah.
I guess every kind of like actual city has this story on some level, but like,
when rich people move in,
rich
it
people
changes things.
You feel me? Like it's like, I don't know, like I'm sure like you hear stories or like I've read stories about like Soho in like the 90s and like the 80s and shit like that.
Fun.
You know what I'm saying? Like it sounds like before it was, and now you go to Soho and it's like it's a mall.
No, Soho sucks now.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody. So basically, I learned this the hard way.
Yeah.
I used to, in college in the 2000s, I used to hang around Soho all the time. Right. We literally had crews that we'd walk around with. And you'd have like the 90s kids, you'll have like all this other stuff. And you'd hit the stores, you all go see each other, say what up. And like, there was a lot of like, we would just stay on the street and like, we chilling, right?
Yeah.
Now that's actually moved to Bowery. So if you go to Bowery, you get the same, and it's like gritty down there too. But the thing is, it's mixed because it's a lot of like the fashion people, and like the streetwear people like me and like the sneaker people, we all congregate around there now. And like we throw events down there too as well. But what's missing is like the easy access of like, this store's here, this store's here, this store's there, right? So like Supreme was like the hub for a hot minute.
Of course.
And then around Supreme was like a bunch of other stores. So everything was in walking distance. Now Supreme's still like in the Bowery, but like towards Soho.
Right.
So like you can still walk to it.
Yeah.
But it's so it's so
disconnected
from everything else. And so and it's also lost its like, it's lost its like I guess hype,
Well, it's like a thing that like brands come against like all the time, right? Like where I feel like you're always trying to balance like, all right, like I want to be where the cool kids are, but also like every business is like trying to grow.
Yeah.
And like at a certain point, like the exclusivity was like their whole thing. And then like once you like continue to grow the business and you want more people to have it, but then it doesn't have the exclusivity. I feel like hype, like streetwear brands are always doing that dance. Remember How to Make It in America?
Yeah, I watched both seasons. Like a couple months ago.
I rewatched it.
Yeah.
I don't, I liked it a lot better when I was like 18
yes, I was
when I was watching
same thing, yo, because I was watching. I when I remember, I had to watch it with my brain being like, all right, remember how you thought back in during those times.
Totally. And it still is it's a really sick.
That second season, I don't
it's
know. It didn't
really,
do it for me.
It's not a very good show. But like, I also know way more about TV now. You know what I'm saying? Because I like work in it. So I like understand what makes a show good. And that wasn't that good of a show. But I liked it at the time.
Yeah, everybody would not stop talking about it. Yo, you making jeans? Yo,
of course,
jeans. Yo, I got to make my own jeans.
Yes, man. And like I feel like it is not very good, but it is such a cool time capsule of that era.
Yeah,
I was watching with my buddy who's also named Connor, and I was staying at his place in LA, and we were just like, man, like a lot of this story stuff like doesn't make that much sense, but man, like I remember these songs. I remember like this is such a like 2009, 2010. And I didn't even live in New York, but I like could really like just the cultural like touch points of it was like so specific. And them trying to be like, all right, we want to make this streetwear brand.
Yeah.
And like their whole thing was just like, I remember they I think if I remember right, they kept being like, we don't want to turn into Zoo York.
Yeah.
That was like a big thing in it.
They said that, and then it's because the history, I mean, we don't have enough time to go into it, but I love Zoo York, right? Yeah. And like it spawned off Supreme, it spawned off, DQM, it spawned Days Quality Meat, Stussy, like all these people worked within all these like smaller brands. And like Zoo York became this thing where it's like all of a sudden now it was this thing that like only skaters wore, and all of a sudden it's in Marshalls. And you're like, how did that happen?
And then it's kind of over.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of over because now because again, that exclusivity thing. Now like suburban teenagers can wear it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
now,
that's right. That's what the off-white shit right now. I don't know if you saw it in Costco.
Is it Costco?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it went around the same way.
It's at Costco?
Yeah.
What off-white shit is at Costco?
And they put so basically they sold off the trademark. And so
of course
a Blue Star Alliance, which is the company that owns them,
like holding company.
Yeah. They were like, yo, we're gonna put off-white hoodies in Costco. So now they have off-white in Costco.
Man, it's so tough because it's like I get why that kind of stuff happens, and like I understand wanting to like keep the vision and the business going after like Virgil passed, but it's just like, I'm sure that's not what he would have wanted.
That's exactly what I was saying. And people are like, oh, Virgil's always about accessibility, but I'm like, but to a certain point, like
I don't think he was about accessibility.
No, it's different because like I'll explain it.
Go ahead.
He wanted things accessible by using the brand as like a bridge gap. So like you'll do his collaboration. So people will always bring up the IKEA collab, but people don't realize there's a difference between trademark licensing you're a brand out, and collabing with it.
Sure.
So like if you collab with a brand, you're going by their price point. But if you're licensing out your own brand, you're basically whoring it out. Look at Peanuts. Peanuts is everywhere.
It is.
I feel like I will scroll through Instagram and I see 8 different brands pushing out Peanuts shirt, shoes, whatever.
You know where they love, well, they don't love the Peanuts, but they love Snoopy specifically in Japan.
Yeah.
He's like the one. Snoopy's everywhere in Japan. And I was talking to a Japanese guy out there, and he was just like, he was a Japanese like American guy. And he was like, the funny thing about like Snoopy out here is like in Japan, they don't know that it's connected to like a larger story.
Oh, really?
They don't know that it's like
they treat it like Hello Kitty.
Yes, they just like him. Yes, like how we are. It's just like that's Snoopy.
Yeah.
And we fuck with Snoopy. We don't know what he got going on. We don't know who his friends are. We just like that's our guy.
You got to show him Lionel.
Yeah. Out there. Got to get him introduced to Lionel, Charlie, Lucy, the whole squad. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
Devon, we're towards the end of the podcast, and I asked a last question, which deals with a little bit visualization. I want you to think back to younger you.
Yeah.
Now, you're about to get those boxes of penny twos, right?
Yeah.
Right now, your older you behind your younger self. What would you tell him as he opens that box?
This is the first in a series of really cool events that are about to happen. This is like, you're just remember this feeling because you're about to start getting complimented on your clothes, and you're gonna love it for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would tell myself you're headed in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Let everybody know where to find you.
I'm on at Internet Devon on Instagram. We already plugged the pod, but please check out My Favorite Lyrics. It legitimately is very fun.
It's a good time.
It's a very good time. We've got like all kinds of like cool ass guests, and it's only gonna grow. It's only gonna get bigger. Check out my Instagram. I'm going on tour to a couple cities. Going to Salt Lake City. I'm going to Pittsburgh. Go see it. It'll be on there. Go see it. The stand-up's gonna be fun, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah. You know where to find me. Who is House on social medias? Follow the podcast, My First Kicks Pod. If you have a My First Kick story, hit me up, info@myfirstkicks.com. Support the Patreon, patreon.com/myfirstkicks. It'll go extremely long way. I'm supposed to do that plug in the beginning. I'm going to have to now cut in a piece of me saying that. So appreciate you. I'm going to pass it on to myself to do the Patreon shout outs. Peace.
I hope you enjoyed this week's episode with Devon Walker. Man, it was a really fun episode. I know we jumped all around and finally got to talking about his first kicks, but, getting a chance to talk to Devon, like seeing him on SNL for a couple of years and just like my love for SNL, we didn't really get to touch on it. And he did touch on talking about buying sneakers because he was depressed while his time at SNL. So I don't want to be like, so what was it like? So, I'm a big read the room person and I'm not going to pry. And I thought that we would definitely touch more around, the influences that he has gotten over the course of the years, especially within music, because his podcast is music based while he is a comic. We talked a lot about, just growing up in Houston, the culture shock. And I really hope you enjoyed that. If you are in Cincinnati for the Piggy Runners release, I by the time you listen to this in the morning, if you're there, you'll see me at the event. If not, thank you for checking out the episode, especially if you're just like listening to this on the line. That'll be very dope. Please let me know. Put it in the comments if you're just like, yo, I'm going to tap into My First Kicks while I'm waiting online for these sneakers. But I really appreciate everyone for, listening to the podcast. It's been a really interesting year. There's been so much ups and downs, and currently going through a personal thing right now that I'm not going to really get into because it's like extended family. But just know, I said this when, on the D episode and a couple episodes after, even some guest episodes, but like, make sure you love the ones that are around you while they're still here. It's a super sensitive topic. We don't really talk about these things. My best friend's birthday is the 26th, who passed away. And he's connected with me forever. With my first kick story, I now have implemented him. So whenever somebody asks me what's my first kicks, I always have my boy Chris with me in that. And when dealing with something like this or dealing with somebody passing, it's hard. You don't know how grief shows up in your life. And so it's just, there's no real way to go about it. I still, to this day, wish, I'll get a message and be like, yo, it was all fake, but like, that is just something I'm dealing with, which I deal with every single day. And it's something I feel like I needed to kind of like get off my chest in this outro specifically because of what I'm going through currently. So, appreciate the people that are in your lives right now. If you haven't heard from somebody in a really long time that you have a really good relationship with and you just feel like you're too busy, please reach out to them. I'm terrible at that and I need to take my own advice, but I really appreciate, every one of y'all that tune into me and to this podcast every week, hoping to bring more cool and exciting guests to your ears every Friday. So please pass this along to everybody or anybody that you think would be interested. And I really appreciate you for tapping in. So this might be a short outro. I'm going to jump into the Patreon shout out. So please support the podcast. I only have one tier, $5 tier. You get extra episodes. You get the walkthrough with me and Jinx. I'm still waiting on JD to send me that. But once that's going up, you will see it in your Patreon emails. Hey, this is up and ready to go. So still working on that, and I will post on socials when that goes up as well. So don't forget, patreon.com/myfirstkicks, $5 tier. You get extra content and you support the podcast, and it helps me like tremendously. I don't get paid for this. So I'm trying to make sure, I have money for the studio. I'm trying to get new equipment so I can do more episodes, much like the Jinx episode. I can do it wherever I want. Like I'm trying to, figure out ways to build around the My First Kicks universe, like ecosystem. I keep saying, you already know what it is. Don't forget, D's on tour right now, so check out Oxymorons if they're in your town. Check out Oxymorons on whatever city you live in. Appreciate y'all when you tap in, especially with them and me. And you too can support the podcast by becoming a Patreon member at patreon.com/myfirstkicks. So in order to do that, we only have one tier, $5 tier. You get episodes that are only on the Patreon. We got an episode with Higher Living, Higher Learning, Higher Loving, my guy, Thoughts for the Soul, Joe. And we also have a special, only you can find it on the Patreon episode with AD Sneaks. And then, of course, we have the walkthrough for the space that I filmed Jinx's episode at 47 Christie. We talk about, all the Nike products that are on the wall, and he walks us through it and why they're on the wall. That only will live on Patreon. So patreon.com/myfirstkicks, $5 tier. And of course, you get a shout out. So let's do the Patreon shout outs for this month or this week. We've got Plox. We've got Ross Adams. We got Adam Newstetter. We've got Jordan Kaiser. We've got Samia. We've got Adam Butler. We've got Derek Hawkins, Derek Lipkin, Sean Hates You, Brett, and Jesse G. 11 Patreon members. I really appreciate each and every one of you for supporting the podcast. It goes a very, very long way. Please sign up for the Patreon, because all the money from the Patreon goes right back into the podcast. And it will help me tremendously. I'm trying to make sure I can get a mobile setup so I can do more in like store podcasts or wherever somebody wants me to do it at, so that I'm able to kind of like maneuver, especially because like if I want to interview an artist or recording like a rapper or a rock star or whatever, whoever that intrigues me, I want to be able to kind of like also do in studio, but also go to their studio or like go to their stuff and do something much like the Jinx episode where I'm doing something really, really cool in a different spot that kind of changes the background and adds more, not like, busy, but like adds more to the episode. So really appreciate y'all for helping out the podcast. Really appreciate y'all. But if you want to check out more of the podcast, you can check out these 2 episodes here or subscribe to the podcast if you're on YouTube. And of course, what we say each week, wear your kicks. Peace.